Hey, would you like to be a better speaker for the rest of your life? I'll give you a quick tip to do so. My name is Michael Angelo Caruso, and I'd like to have $1 for every time I heard somebody at a presentation, keynote, some sort of a workshop, anybody that gets up in front of a crowd and says to the crowd, "It's a real pleasure to be with you today." And they say it, but they don't show it. The difference between "It's a real pleasure to be with you today" and "It's a real pleasure to be with you today" is huge. I mean, think about all the little things that are happening in that little brief interim. For example, the person is trying to establish a positive tone, but without the smiling face, without the show of expression that you really are glad to be there, there is no setting of a positive tone. How about the fact that you might be trying to sell the group something? Maybe it's a sales presentation, and you tell them it's a pleasure to be with them today, but you don't show it. Well, they figure out in about 2 seconds that you're lying, and if you would lie about something as simple as whether or not you feel good to be there, imagine what kind of lie you would tell about your product quality or your delivery. So it's really important to practice what clinical psychologists, behavioral psychologists call congruity when you're speaking. You want to be sure that you say what you do and you do what you say. And so if you really are glad to be with someone as you begin the presentation, make sure that you show it. You might ask, well, why don't most people do this if it's such an easy thing to do or even a natural thing to do? If you really are happy, why wouldn't you smile? And the reason is because your central nervous system, if you're like most people, is under siege during the beginning part of your presentation. This is very, very common. I see it all the time in my clients as I help them improve their presentations. And the trick, of course, is to relax enough. It's a mind trick that you have to distract yourself from your own emotions so that you can release any negative types of feelings that you're having about your presentation and really be in the moment so you really are genuinely glad to be there. It's the only way that you can seem authentic. Otherwise, you're faking it. And if you're faking it, you're lying. And if you're lying, well, the audience will never move to your side. So the next question, the final question might be, well, how can I get better at this if my central nervous system is always under siege? It has been for decades when I give a presentation. How can I feel better so that I can be more authentic? And the trick, of course, is to give more presentations. Dale Carnegie said that if you want to feel better about something, that you should do it more often, which is a catch-22. If you actually don't like speaking, why would you ever do it more often? So once you crack that code, once you get onto the speaking circuit in some way, some fashion where you're speaking more often, you'll find that your central nervous system is not under siege. You can be more authentic. You can genuinely smile when you say, "Hello, my name is Michael Angelo Caruso, and it's a pleasure to be with you this morning." More information on me, what I offer, and of course more free speaking tips at michaelangelocaruso.com.